It is absolutely crazy how making one small change to Bounty Clash can make a gigantic difference. The event just ended, and during events, there is the Restoration Pack. And with the Restoration Pack, you can get your team's health bars back if you have pledge marks. Now the event ended, and we don't have that anymore in Bounty Clash. Bounty Clash has only been out with the event, so the whole time Bounty Clash has existed, we've had a Restoration Pack in Bounty Clash. And it actually was really good to have. The way Bounty Clash used to work, at least the way I saw it, is you could, at the very start of the match, you can be really aggressive, you can go into the boss layer, you can fight over the boss layer to get the banish or not. Either way, you're gonna fight over that area, and if you win, you get to res your teammates, and you get to use the res pack to get your whole team's health bars back. That was great. So you won, and you were rewarded for winning. Now, if you try to do that, even if you win, you're probably going to trade. Maybe both your teammates go down and you clutch it. You can still res them, and that's great, but you can't get your health bars back if the boss is already banished. That's the only way to get your bars back, is if you banish. And what happens most of the time is someone, whether it's someone in the boss layer or not, it could be somebody outside the boss layer with Serpent that banishes the boss. They could banish. So that one use banish isn't incredibly useful. But without the Restoration Pack there, that means if you win the boss fight, you cannot get your bars back. So now who has the advantage in the server? The people outside of the boss layer waiting for everybody else to come out. So now if you've been playing Bounty Clash, you probably notice way more rifles, long ammo, all of that sitting outside the boss layer waiting for you to come out. Having the Restoration Pack gone completely changed everything. It's not what it used to be. Now, the people who have the advantage in the game are the more passive players. The people who are okay with being more passive and waiting for the fight to be over just to try to pick you off. Those are the people that have the advantage, and that's why everybody's trying to do that now. Bounty Clash felt like the fun, aggressive PvP mode originally, but now without the Restoration Pack, now it feels like Bounty Hunt again, where there's a much higher chance of people sitting outside not really doing anything. The event was over. I think Crytek didn't really realize how big of a difference it's going to be if they took that out. They just said, oh, the event is over, so oh well, we're taking the Restoration Packs out. That's it. I don't think they, did it maliciously or anything. I think it's one of those things where they're out of touch and they don't really realize that messing with anything will have some pretty big consequences. It reminds me a little bit of when they tried to change the extraction notification banners. It went from you live to die another day to like epic victory or something. They're just completely out of touch. They don't just have no idea why people love the game so much and what brings people coming back. So it was probably just an oversight on removing the res pack because the event was over. But somebody had to go through all of the maps and remove all of the restoration packs. It's not like just an accident or anything. Somebody had to go through all the maps and remove all of them, So yeah, now if you lose one bar, if you die one time, you are one tap and it's just way more punishing. So everyone is obviously playing safer, more careful so that they don't lose their health bars, and it's just turning into an arms race of who can be rattier so they don't lose health so that they're not at a disadvantage. When Bounty Clash first came out, the way I was playing it as a solo, I would rush straight in the boss layer and get the banish to try to get a positional advantage on everybody else. That is the place to hold either the boss layer or hold the restoration pack and defend it so nobody else can get it. Now that's not a thing. Excuse me. Wait, where's the restoration pack? It was right here. I've used this comparison before on why people should go to the boss layer in Bounty Clash and be aggressive to get a better positional advantage, which was to get the restoration pack, to control the restoration pack. Imagine in chess, you just sit outside, you don't go into the middle of the chessboard and you let your opponent take all of the middle space. You're gonna get demolished. You have to get positional control of something. The restoration pack was that thing. There's the bounty too, but like I said, you can only banish the boss once. What I just realized was events happen so frequently that we're probably going to have another event in a couple weeks anyway. So really, it's going to go back to normal probably, but still, maybe this will just be a little wake up call for them. Have the restoration pack in Bounty Clash, and those little tiny adjustments, those little tiny tweaks make a very big difference. To be clear, I didn't think that Bounty Clash in its previous state was perfect. I think there's tweaks that they can make to make it even better. Like, there was a lot of people using free hunters with Romeros previously. It's tricky to try to hinder that because no matter what, you could still bring in a cheap loadout. I don't know. That one's tricky. Maybe make it so you can only bring in contraband stuff. Maybe, but I mean, Romeros are still pretty dirt cheap anyway, right? I also don't think it should be like quick play where you have to run around and find weapons. I don't like that either. I do like that you can bring in whatever you want. I think that's a positive thing. But just, you know, when I played randoms and the amount of people that I see just use a free hunter and nothing extra at all, it's kind of like, I feel like you need to like invest a little bit in your loadout, you know? I like that part of it. Of actual bounty hunt, another really good thing would be having a higher reward. Obviously, everybody loses a lot of money in bounty clash. Having a higher reward, it's like 150 bucks to extract with the bounty. Make it like 1,000. Make a higher reward so that it's actually worth it when you win, you know? And you don't have to loot every single body and then go to run around and try to find cash registers and stuff. Like, the reward itself, there's actually a tweet that I tweeted a while ago when bounty clash came out. Hot take: the most efficient way to make money in the new mode should be extracting with bounties, not ratting with witness. Crazy take, I know, but I think the bounty should give you a pretty decent reward. Yeah, higher reward, tweak AI, which I think they're already probably going to do, I think. So Crytek, please put the res packs back into Bounty Clash. That was an important part. Bounty Clash is not the same without it. Having the restoration pack rewards people for actually playing the game and being aggressive instead of people waiting outside not doing anything. Clash is so fun because you were rewarded for being aggressive. Even if you died and then your teammate won the fight and then you got revived, you were rewarded. But now if you go in and fight and die and then get revived, you're still punished. So Crytek, please put the restoration pack back in. That was a very important part of Bounty Clash. Even if it means you just put points back in. Somebody would probably say, well, pledge marks don't exist anymore. Well, you can put them into Bounty Clash. Make it so if you loot a body, you get a point. If you banish the boss, you get a point. And you use those points at the restoration pack to get your whole team's health bars back, right? Makes sense. That makes sense. Why not? Just add them back in. Someone else had the idea, maybe, you know, each team can use the restoration pack one time, just like for free. You don't have to do anything to get that ability to use the restoration pack. I'm not really much a fan of that one because at least before you had to do something to get the ability to use the restoration pack. You know, you couldn't just walk in and use it for free, essentially. You know, you had to actually do something, even if it's as simple as looting a dead body that your team didn't kill. Let me know if you guys have had the same experience in Bounty Clash after the event ended. I noticed a pretty distinct difference after the restoration packs were removed. Pretty much right away, I noticed people were playing very differently because they didn't have access to getting their bars back. Let me know if you had the same experience. I wanted to make this just to get my thoughts out there because I've been getting asked about it a lot, and I wanted to see what you guys had to say about it too. So what do you think of the change? Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.